Hello, I'm Spaztastic. Welcome to SpaztasticTV. Today we're going to be taking a look at this ReadyWise 72-hour kit, which actually comes with one more item than any of the other 72-hour kits that I'm going to be looking at in this series of videos. I'm not going to make a playlist because the odds are people are only going to want to watch the ones that they want to see, and that's okay. But anyhow, this comes with brown sugar maple multigrain cereal. You can see the macaroni and cheese right on the cover, teriyaki rice, and a wheat milk alternative, which is one more item than you get with your typical 72-hour kit. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw her down on the TV dinner tray. Open up the packages, follow the instructions. I'm just going to make the whole pouch based on the instructions because, well, I don't plan on saving this. But to make this video as abbreviated and as quick as possible, let's just go ahead and let's make this and the courses which are presented to us. And I'm going to start off with the wheat milk alternative. So jump cut. All right, just something I found interesting is that the brown sugar maple cereal comes in one of these pouches, and these come in Mylar pouches, or whatever you'd call these. Little reflective Mylar pouches. But anyhow, this is the wheat milk. Let's go ahead and let's get 2 tablespoons of it out. But let's go ahead and let's, there we go. Just smell it. It smells okay. But it calls for mixing it up in a 1/4 cup of room temperature water, then frickin' 3/4 of a cup of frickin' chilled water to mix it properly. But anyhow, I'm not going to do that. So let's go ahead and let's get 2 tablespoons of it out with the oxygen absorber. This is a small tablespoon. And I'm just going to roughly measure it out to, okay, we got some right there. Let's go ahead and let's dump about half of this bottle of room temperature water as everything falls on the floor. Alright, that's a little under half a bottle. Please don't be watery as hell. I guess it would have made more sense to, put the water in here before I put the shit in here. Oh well. That's not important. It's looking like milk. Get a little ASMR going in here. We'll be stirring the glass. Hopefully this isn't too long and you don't just skip ahead to the rest of this because I'm trying to make this as abbreviated as possible. So jump cut. Alright. So, wheat milk alternative. Let's see, is it any good? It just tastes like, I think I didn't add enough. But it tastes like watered down milk. So, that ain't too horrible. I didn't mix it up very good, but whatever. I didn't mix it up very good at all. But it's alright if you mix it up properly. So, let's jump cut on to the next thing. So, jump cut. Right now we're on to, let's see if it'll overexpose and actually show this. The brown sugar and maple cereal, which requires 5 cups of water. I'm not going to try to bore you with the details of this. This is only a 4-cup little thing. Take that, just set that on the floor. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm pouring these little bottles out and I'm not just freaking grabbing things, is I'm just trying to demonstrate to you how much water you really need for one of these things if you're like in an emergency situation. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this on a butane burner and not my electric range up in my kitchen. So that's just a thing. This thing only holds 4 cups of water, as I said before. Okay. Never used this thing before. Dump that in there. So this is the beauty of having your own studio, though, is you can just toss shit on the floor and worry about it later. Alright, there's 5 cups. Probably should have washed that out first, but whatever. Anyhow, just keep in mind that these do actually have an oxygen absorber in them, so that's the only reason why I'm opening it up and I'm not just dumping the whole package in there. God, this smells good. As soon as I open the packaging, this is all I can smell. Where's the oxygen absorber? Does this one not have an oxygen absorber? There she blows. Do not eat. Sorry about the overexposure. Let's go ahead and let's dump that on in there. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. There's actually quite a lot of stuff in there. There's also milk powder in this. And I've never actually used this butane burner, so let's see if she lights first try. There she goes, she's on. Oh, that gas kind of stinks. Going to stir this up, and then we're going to let it cook for 5 to 12 minutes. Not going to time that. And since I'm just sitting here stirring and talking at this point in time, jump cut. All right. So I got to be kind of quiet because I'm really close to the microphone. But anyhow, might as well go ahead and get a taste test in here. My whole studio smells amazing right now. So you can smell the maple and the brown sugar really strongly. But anyhow, taste test. Don't burn my mouth. Don't burn my mouth. Don't burn my mouth. Smells amazing. Tastes exactly how I expected it to taste. Of where it's it smells amazing, but it's a little bit light in flavor, but that's a good thing. Hot. Yeah, that's not bad at all. A little bland, but not bad at all. So anyhow, on to the next thing. Alright, now we're on to the one that I'm dreading. Because I don't really like macaroni and cheese, at least prepackaged macaroni and cheese. But for the sake of... Oh, I got dust going everywhere now. Franken, find the oxygen absorber. Ooh, that smells like Cheetos. Remove the oxygen absorber. Set this. Well, I don't know where to set this. Because I shouldn't have opened this first. I should have put the water in first, which it calls for 5 cups of water. Oh well, it didn't spill everywhere, so we're good. By the way, if these were 16-ounce bottles instead of 500 milliliter bottles, this would be way freaking easier. Because I could literally just pour 2.5 out. On comes the heater. Alright. So you see that? Gonna pick up the freaking macaroni and cheese up off the floor. Stir it in. Got my 5 cups of water in there. This spilled on the floor. Somehow I didn't spill it everywhere. But let's go ahead and let's dump her in. This package is actually quite heavy. Alright, lock that back into place. Woohoo! Turned on first try. Let's stir it in there. And since you can see me obviously stirring it, making a mess of my studio. I'm not liking cooking down here. So you can see me stirring it in. Let's just go ahead and let's just jump cut to the taste test because, well, I'm making a mess and I'm kind of getting a little bit irritated about this. So jump cut. Does this look appetizing to you? Because it doesn't look appetizing to me. As I said, don't like prepackaged macaroni and cheese. Homemade macaroni and cheese, on the other hand, I'll eat that shit all day. Without burning the roof of my mouth, let's see how this tastes any good. I'll try to be as objective as possible. And as I said before, the food is slightly bland. But if your kids like Kraft macaroni and cheese, they're going to like this. And some good old KD in your diet. That was exactly what I was expecting, was just a really bland macaroni and cheese. So, on to the next one, damn it. Now we're on to the teriyaki rice. Hopefully I didn't just blow your eardrums right there because my mouth was right next to the microphone. Anyhow, get it open, just like the other one. This one takes 6 cups of water. I just put the water in there because I didn't want to waste more of your time than I needed to. And I'm already doing that right now. So, get the oxygen absorber out. This smells amazing. This is the meal that I was hoping would actually be good, the whole thing. And it's at this point in time that I realized that I have forgot my spoon. But anyhow, dump that in there. It smells really good. There's no meat in this. I mean, I would have thrown a couple chunks of chicken in it, to be honest with you. But there's no meat in any of these. So if you have somebody in your family that's a vegetarian but will still consume dairy products, perfectly good meal for that. But anyhow, since watching me stir this and cooking it would be boring, let's just go ahead and jump cut. I think I undercooked this a little bit. But oh well. It's still going to taste relatively the same whether it's overcooked or undercooked. But anyhow, let's go ahead and let's give her a taste test. That has like next to no flavor at all. It's like a very slight hint of teriyaki. Reminds me of something you get in a school lunch meal. Like, this is by far the worst dish out of all of them. That's saying something because I don't like prepackaged macaroni and cheese. At least that was, acceptable. This, on the other hand, is squeaky. Might be because I undercooked it. That could be a possibility. And it just doesn't have a very good flavor to it. So anyhow, let me do something real quick. All right, so that was one of 4 72-hour kits that I have. One of 4. And I literally selected that one because out of all the ones that it had in it, I thought it was going to be the worst. And I hope I was correct. Because the maple brown sugar was okay. The macaroni and cheese, if you like that kind of thing, that wasn't bad. The teriyaki rice is giving me an awful aftertaste in my mouth, and I want to go rinse it out with a beer. But anyhow, if you liked what you've seen, if this video didn't drone on for too long, if I do it again, it's going to be a little bit more abbreviated and whatnot. But if you liked what you see, go ahead, like, maybe subscribe if you want to. And thank you for watching.